about Midnight and Reeves being the bans is that you're about to see 5 bans toward their mains.
Well, the other thing is that they actually have 2 mid lane mains on the stream. Phantom of Temp also plays a killer mid lane, but can go top lane with those mid laners as well. And then, of course, Midnight being an ADC main, we're probably going to get 5 ADC, at least 3, because then they're going to pick their champions. There's the Malzahar ban. Lord Reeves going to pick up the next ADC.
My genius will be understood.
I'm anticipating a Talia ban here.
I'm going to say it's a Tristana as the last ADC ban. But this is where it goes down.
See, this is why I could never play on stream. They banned my Jhin, and then I'd be like...
And then you'd play, they ban you Tristana, and you would literally be stuck with Twitch.
I can play any ADC,
Grounded.
but I win effectively with
There's
Jhin.
actually a ban. Predicted that. Now, what ADC the top mob, really? Which means Tristana is available for midnight. He's played it before, pretty good. Also plays some Killer Ash. Pretty on point with those crystal arrows. Taking his time deciding what AD carry it. Now, the other question is, what does Lord
Whoa, 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 whoa! Okay, I was gonna say, the Graves coming out. Who is he gonna pick up? Who's he gonna pick up? I almost wanted to see him trade with somebody else on his team.
That would have been cool.
Yeah,
that would.
And Reeves picked the Thresh for Jade for some reason.
Now the thing is though, is if he doesn't pick his mid lane role before he gets the second ban phase,
he does get
2 more
bans
banned against him. So the likelihood that he will need to grab a mid laner, which is probably what they're discussing right now. They are the Zac slipping through because of the hyper targeted bans. That actually opens up a lot of stuff. The Cho'Gath and Maokai also available. Flag and Drag. I love they took the Zac away from Flag and Drag. So he may go back onto the Jarvan 4th, something he's very comfortable with. Rengar also available as well. This is going to be an interesting game.
Yeah. Flag and Drag picking up the Galio. I'm surprised he didn't lock in the Maokai or the Cho'Gath. The hyper-scaling tanks there.
Stuff also available for that if he chooses to do so. Instead locks in the Syndra. Pretty comfortable with that in the mid lane. Now, if the mid lane is not picked for useless ADC, like an Orianna or somebody, maybe a Twisted Fate, they are going to be in trouble.
I haven't seen Reeves play anything but those 3 champions. The Jinx being picked up, about equal scaling. Sivir, okay. Sivir is kind of hidden OP right now. She's very good. However, definitely the edge to Tristana in that matchup. More damage and better scaling.
Great resets.
More range is the big thing for the late game team fight.
Who dares
Getting
defy
that
my
close
will?
To Syndra late game is just asking to die. And the thing is that
You used to be
your
cool.
spell shield doesn't eat
Oh,
the Echo. I have seen that.
Out. Yep. I like that the J4 was banned away in case Flag and Drag was trading the Galio to the top lane and still planning on going in the jungle with the Jarvan.
Midnight in the chat saying, here comes number 4. Your champion pool is running thin.
The Gragas also banned
Your
away.
commands tire me.
And the Vigar. 5 mid lane bans.
Midnight
doesn't even care if they win the game.
Wait, there is the option for these out boys pack it up.
Oh!
No, there is the option for the mid lane Kane, which is something we have seen on a rare occasion before. And I love that Lord Reeves is leaving the last. He has the entire game to try to figure out what he's going to play. If he crushes this game with whatever champion he picks up against the Syndra, I'm going to be so happy. So darn happy because he let 5 bans against his pool and still might win it. But Ormas locking in the Leona. This is going to be a good game. As Rengar picked up for Flag and Drag. Oh, I'm so happy right now.
Now let's just say right here. This is the smackdown for the MVP between Midnight and Reeves, but I'm just imagining that somebody else is gonna get both.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is the fact is they could not get MVP. They have to play really well. They still have a right.
The Victor
picked up.
Okay, that's really safe. It's very difficult to die as Victor if you play properly because you just sit at your turret and you clear the wave. MVP material, is it? Is it not? We don't know.
We'll have to find out.
You're gonna have to do something a lot scarier than clear minion waves if you're gonna get MVP.
Well, and that's the thing is that Sulfite on the Syndra, very available for MVP. The Flagon Dart on the Rengar was known as a terror early stream days, and definitely could crush through games and won many MVPs with it. So, well, you can't ban me out. I just did 6 bans because the Syndra pickup is also considered, you know, a pick. What about 6 bans? We'll find out if the Victor can beat out Sulfite with this game. This is gonna be
it's a decent
super
matchup.
awesome. So you picked. I picked last game. You have to pick, but I won the last one, so we're 1 for 1 right now. This is where it goes down. Does your faith reside in Team Midnight or Team Reeves? Which I'm considering going ahead and changing the teams to just those two, just for this. For this, let's do it. Let's do it. Team Midnight versus Team Lord Reeves. Break it down for us.
Huh. Right now, I'm looking at the supporting cast because neither of the title card players are on their mains. They both have very good scaling. However, I want to look at the supporting casts here. You've got Victor in the mid lane versus Syndra. That could go either way. You've got the one I'm looking at is the Zac right there. Zac being so strong, but he's also matched up against the equally powerful Galio on the other side. If I've ever seen a balanced game, we've got Jade.
No, Shen is the top lane against the Galio.
No, what I mean is tank stats.
Oh, I see. Tank stats, yes.
And then you've got Leona, so you've got balanced tank stats. I mean, Thresh is kind of a middle tank there.
Off tank.
But you've also got assassination potential onto the Sivir and the Victor coming out of the Rengar. I'm gonna go for Team Midnight.
Team Midnight.
And just because
right.
I can't,
And that I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because I am so excited to see what Reeves can do on this Victor. So confident in his champion pool, so confident in his playstyle, allowing 6 bans and picks against him before locking in the champion.
By the way, Midnight is the second letter, the second I is capitalized.
It is. It is.
Driving me nuts.
Well, because I wanted to, in all of them. I mean, it's just.
Oh, it is? I've never noticed.
Since he first joined the stream, he has a capital I as Midnight. And so even on YouTube, I do the capital I in Midnight. But hashtag Lord Reeves all the way. And okay, so if we break it down, this is a very, very, very even game. The assassination potential between Victor and Syndra is fairly equal. Syndra has a little bit easier of an ult time, but Victor is so much more effective in a team fight when he gets that ultimate flying through, electrocuting everybody. Tristana has amazing all-in potential, but also escape with those resets. Sivir late game crits are going to be massive. I think the main thing is that Midnight is a little bit more of a picks composition with the Leona, with the Syndra, with the Tristana, but Lord Reeves wants to group. They want to fight as 5. They want the Zac ultimate to be throwing people in, Shen to be taunting, the Sivir crits to fly around. So I think the grouping of Lord Reeves is going to be absolutely critical.
Yeah, but for
fighting.
Team Midnight, you have the collapse potential of the Galio ultimate. You can have global joining. Now, you do have that coming out of the Shen, but the AoE potential coming out of Galio in particular, and then also the AoE from Leona. So that's the thing about these compositions, that they are both very strong team fighting comps as well. I see what you mean. Let me see.
Well, the thing is that while the collapse, especially if you've got the Leona and the Galio from Team Midnight, is definitely huge, but in a straight, even, all teams sitting in the mid lane, fighting it out, 5v5, no collapsing, no nothing, because they're all right there. I think Lord Reeves has an edge, and one of the things that is going to give him a slight edge is that Sivir spell shield. because she can use that to negate the taunt from Galio, she can use it to negate stun from Leona. Now there's so much CC that she's not going to be able to negate all of it, but at least being able to stop one of those skills could save her life long enough to get out enough damage that could turn the tide.
The thing is, the Sivir's
Sivir
spell shield doesn't block but one sphere of Syndra's
Well,
ultimate.
that's what I'm saying. Oh, no. Oh, sorry. Sivir blocking the stun from Syndra is what I'm saying. Is that the
That
CC...
you gotta have quick fingers to do that. It's.
Have you seen Phantom Uptown?
He's not a ADC main.
No, but he's got quick fingers when he's playing.
Yeah,
the game.
he plays.
His
Phil.
Anivia is amazing.
It's just the fact that Sivir is a very, unless you play Spell Shield champs a lot, it's very difficult to get that mapping into your mind that whenever you see something coming, you don't flash, you Spell Shield. So just getting that pathing into your head, and just instant reflex reaction is pretty tough. He might get it toward the end of the game. He might surprise me, but that's the thing. That's the reason I don't like blind picking Sivir.
You know the real reason why Team Lord Reeves is going to win? Matching Frozen Skin, Snowstorm Sivir, and Frozen Shen coming in, being able to duel it up.
I can see. Beautiful. Hold on, we haven't done this all night. Show us the fountain, Jake.
I want the blue fountain. I've been showing off the blue fountain's stats a little bit.
25 attack damage. You've got 0 movement speed, 0 armor, 0 magic resist, 2.5 attack speed, and what's the last one?
This thing here.
Magic.
That's right.
Yeah. What's
the
other one is damage.
So I got a question: is if you can't attack the fountain, why does it have armor or magic resistance?
I don't know.
If it can't move and you can't attack it and it can't do anything other than laser you, why does it have armor and magic resistance?
There was one could ask the same thing about the Vel'Koz.
So Galio in the top lane versus the Shen, tank versus tank. We've got some boring top lanes. I don't think this game is going to be all that different. The action is going to be far more in the mid lane.
We've got an invade coming out, but will they sniff this out? No, it doesn't look like they're actually going to invade.
They invade to get the pixel push board down. Ah!
OMG, boys. So intense. And dropping the ward down in the brush right there. Hold on a second. Pat that down. That looks like a control word on the map.
No, there's
all the way at the bottom.
Oh, that
is an early control ward.
Picked up by Leona because she only went with 1 potion. So playing it very safe.
But
Team
lots of vision early. That is nice. We'll see if she gets punished for it. But, I mean, Sivir doesn't have a terrible amount of harass if you dodge the boomerang blade, so she might be able to get away with it.
Yeah, and that's what I mean is that it's just, I should probably change this over because I'm not paying attention. There we go. Is just playing it very safe from Team Midnight, and just making sure that they don't get any fancy things. It's just funny considering that all the times that Flag and Drag has cheesed level 1 5-man invade, his team is the one who decides to play it safe and just start normal. He's going to pick up the Raptors probably before heading to red buff, and we'll see what Two Spoons decides to do in this jungle.
Yeah, the thing is that Flag and Drag is a jungle main, but Two Spoons is a support main. So I'm anticipating Edge in the rotation to come out from Flag and Drag, as someone who's more experienced on the role. Level 2. Looking to go over to the Leona and the Tristana in the bot lane, which is a big deal. Tristana's level 2 all in is unparalleled in this game right now. Just about nobody has the all-in kill potential in this particular game that Tristana does.
Rengar is stealing away the red buff, but I don't know if he's going to get it in time. If Zach gets up here right now, he goes for Raptors, he won't see it. He should be able to throw down a ward. Rengar's going to get the vision. He's very low health. Two Spoons does see it. He's going to pop it in. Oh, the trade, Flag and Drag is going to get the flash and immediately jump over the wall and steals away the blue buff. Those jumps coming in huge as Flag and Drag steals away the red buff. And I guess that's what comes down to being a jungle main. He's going to start triple buffs, potentially, unless...
no, he goes right to the blue buff.
What I'm saying is, unless Zach goes and steals his red buff, Lord Reeves is going to get stunned in the mid lane. Looking for level 3, and especially it's going to come down to that first empowered staff item to get that second burst of damage down to clear the
I like empowered staff better though.
Fun stuff.
Get the empowered staff. Go back. Get the staff.
So it looks like Zach is wanting to do a little bit of an invade. Maybe
Slash
just
fire
to
getting
get vision down.
Let's see. We've got pressure in the bottom lane. Now the thing is if Phantom and Jade don't fight. Wow, that was interesting.
Double stun
Gang.
coming out
Actually,
from
more
Southside.
harass coming back from Southside. Is he gonna die to Raptors?
No,
Or,
those are wolves, and he should not die
You sure?
to...
Scratch what I said about Jungle. Executed by wolves, and that's a pretty big deal. Considering that, hold on, we've got the engage.
Stun going down onto Sivir, trying to get out. Nice hook there. However, there's the jump from the Tristana. Just lanterns away. Jade once again coming in huge on those lanterns.
Yeah, but we've got some aggression coming out in the bot lane. If he manages to get a little bit more damage on Pen attempt, that's gonna be a kill. And the last thing you want is a snowballing Tristana. Late game, she's one of those carries that can stay outside of the one-shot potential of the mid laner. She's probably the third longest range AD carry, and I think has the longest base attack range late game. Maybe second to Caitlyn.
So Rengar did get that triple buff star, but it was very slow as he did execute himself on the 4 wolves. Now to be fair, it was a close fight between the cat and dogs, but in the end, it is proven the dogs are man's best friend.
Yes. Let's see. So, 2 spoons, or rather, Phantom sent completely out of the
Oh, nice hook in Leona.
but
There
no,
isn't much minions, but it just survives long enough. Midnight. A shot from the minion. However, Lord Reeves very low health in the mid lane, very mana. Sulfite also low mana in the mid lane. So these mid laners are going to be in a bit of a pickle if a jungler decides to show. Zach has ganked in the bottom lane, or the mid lane, and the top lane with not too much success, just a little bit of pressure, and so is slow on the farm.
38 CS to 19 in the top lane, though. Galio doing work up there. And now he's going to go back, probably pick up some items and keep up the pressure. Shen is not very good at clearing under tower. Unless you're experienced with him. I'm sure the LCS guys would disagree with me because they're very clear your tower on everybody, even Tristana.
Sometimes their placement of certain abilities in certain places to just take off the right amount of damage, and you have to know it on every single level. You say, okay, if I've got 1 level in my Q, I have to do this. If I have 3 levels in my E, I have to do that. They're absolutely incredible.
Slashfire, obviously an experienced Galio, playing this champion very well.
Good taunt. That's going to be the nice shield blocking from Aurora.
Yeah,
So
and denying, he's double the CS, or 3 off double the CS of Aurora right now, as well as a huge harass lead. Lots of damage down, and when level 6 hits, that means that Shen's not going to be able to roam to another lane. Flag and Drag just pushing as hard as he can for level 6. Hasn't gotten a gank off yet, but he's going to steal away the Raptors. And that is probably the biggest contention point in the jungle. The Raptors have the largest amount of experience and gold on them. Midnight, alone in lane right now, but getting a little bit of CS. He's got a very small advantage but they're going to have the ability to shove this lane in and then go back. But Tristana has already backed, got the BF sword.
Both actually, AD carries pretty darn even right now. The control ward! The one thing that's going to give Sivir this edge in the bottom lane as Tristana farms heavily up, but won't be able to spend that gold unless she decides to back right now, but probably.
That's the longest lived control ward.
Oh, in the bottom lane, yeah, it's true. Tribush still sitting there. I've actually had control wards live the entire game. I dropped one at the beginning, never died. But that was a hyper snowballing game that went from 0 to 100 real quick, and the game was over.
Yeah.
But yeah, the main thing is this top lane.
Spectre's Cal picked up, so the harass shouldn't be nearly as bad for the Shen, but that is forcing him to itemize into magic resist early. Two Spoon's very low in his jungle, and Rengar is most likely at level 6 right now, so start looking for a gang.
Yeah, well, the other thing is that the Rengar not correctly predicting the lane movement of Two Spoons.
He's going for a really
low
greedy.
health, but he does have his passive up, so he feels a little bit safe going in. Actually, he was able to walk out of that, didn't even take all that much damage. Rengar rolling around the side.
Syndra did flash, though.
Yeah, it's true. So he got a flash even with low health. It's pretty incredible. Rengar is still sitting in this bottom lane jungle from red side. Now, what I was saying is that Two Spoons had just finished clearing that up before going and getting his red buff. And so Rengar didn't have anything to steal away. Came in at just a really unopportune time. Phantom grabs the lantern! Grab your precious lantern, people!
But that's a control ward going down, so the vision controlling the bot lane going over to Team Midnight.
And there is an Ocean Drake, which is not super great late game, but early game, especially against a tanky siege comp, is really.
I would like to
really
see
nice.
pressure on that. Hold on, hook
Oh,
on
the hook, as well as
Never
the
mind.
play. So that is just going to be returning the favor with the nice spell shield. Be stopped with stun. Beautiful work from trying to attempt getting a little mana back in that bottom lane. Midnight, hardly any damage done to him, but is
he is
a
up
decent amount of farm.
up a substantial amount of CS.
Just gotta be careful though, because this is gonna be a lot of farm right back to Phantom Attempt. So
Yeah,
no.
about 10 CS up. That's a
Yeah.
decent lead. I don't know if Tristan is going to want to back yet. Slashfire still shoving Shen around in the top lane. A 70 CS to 40 is a big deal.
Well, the fact that he's got a catalyst means that he can just continue to throw down the skills, stack up that crystal. Actually, it's not crystal and
No, that's
catalyst.
Catalyst of the Aeons doesn't stack.
But it's just a time thing, though.
No, that only happens when you turn into Rod of Ages.
I stand corrected. Well, so then in that case, he wants to back and get the Rod
I don't
of
know if
Ages.
he's going for Rod of Ages or what's that thing called? The thing that makes you run fast. Righteous Glory. That's like number 1 on tanks right now. Just for speedy engages.
Makes
It's a
you
lot
fast and then
cheaper.
slow.
Yeah. Allows you to really close distance quickly. So he's rushing Righteous Glory, it looks like. But just because I don't see hold on, we've got a roam down. Just camping the mid lane.
Yeah,
Good lord.
Zach trying to turn the favor of camp mid things out there. Forcing Syndra just to play a little bit safe. Does not have Flash Ignite is available.
I have to say, I'm disappointed in Flag and Drag. He hasn't ganked yet. He's had level 6 for a while. Granted, all the lanes have been pushed up, so he hasn't really had an opportunity. And he is 10 CS up above his counterpart, but it's not enough of an advantage. Because if he doesn't get snowballing, the Zac outscales him by 8.5 miles in the late game.
Well, to be fair though, the Zac, while being proactive, has not found really much success. There's a nice stun to the Thresh roaming up. Jade with a great play immediately into it. Does not get the hook. Yes, does. Holds it in place. As Lord Reeves picks up first blood in the mid lane. Flag
but it looks like
assassination. The flash forced away. Jade just keeping his mid laner alive. And that's what we are talking about. The Zac is going to get the knockup on this Galio. I don't believe they have the damage to be able to kill this Slashfire. In the bottom lane, they were able to get the turret.
He wasn't far enough away, and
Midnight.
he did end up going back. The CC should be coming back up.
Oh, the flash from Slashfire to avoid the ult from Two Spins, which definitely is a favor for Midnight, as the flash and ult were used by that Zac. Now Jade is going to just stuff the Flag and Drag sneaking around. Gonna go for the hook. Just dodge.
So Flag doesn't care about this. However, a great play out of Midnight in the bottom lane. They're focusing down this Drake, and that'll give a huge laning advantage to whichever team gets it. And that could be the tilting part in this matchup. And they have no vision of this. Team Reeves does not have any. Or Mash, please don't get executed. There you go.
Very close.
We've already had enough executes in this game.
One too many.
Slashfire saying you don't have your jungler here right now. Hold on, it looks like the auto attack damage of Shen is winning out the trade right now. Yeah, Slashfire.
Ooh, nice knock up, forcing Aurora back off. But
oh, he did end up going with Rod of Ages. That is curious.
Well, and that's an interesting thing that Aurora, while down 40 farm, is still overall able to hold his own against the Galio. We do have a pause not sure able to see. Oh, somebody saying the mouse broke. And I'm gonna probably call it on. Wait, who is it? No, it's not.
Yeah, Greedy was saying.
Greedy
this, but
was-
he's not in.
The Yasuo said he had some mouse issues. Let's see if we can actually pull this to the side and read this a little bit better. So top lane's mouse broke. That's from the Zac, which is the Shen. He's using MB4 for right click. What does MB4 stand for?
Mouse button 4.
Okay. Problem is now that anyone watching on the other team can see where our live wards are and jungler. No, they cannot. So we got some time to wait as somebody is trying to fix their mouse. I don't know if they're gonna be able to. If we had our beautiful tech team that could just come in and replace the mouse as we're doing the tournament, but that is not the case in this current standings. He's gonna have to find either a replacement or just continue to play. Now he's not been playing terribly with a mouse that doesn't work, but that would go to explain a little bit as to why he is 40 CS behind. Wait, for real? Did he find a mouse or is he running to Walmart to get a mouse? That is a good question. Hopefully he did not run to Walmart, as that will take some serious time, and he has I'd rather not be paused for 30 minutes waiting for him to go to Walmart and get back before the game goes underway. Actually, I totally forgot the music is probably still playing. It is still playing. You guys can yell at me for that. Understandable. Dead mouse. Ha! Ha ha ha. Wait, hang on. How does this... I remember I used to do all sorts of emoticons. I think that's supposed to be a mouse. I believe, but I'm not positive. I'm not the best at text. Hey, Kurzel, what's up?
What up, guys? This is by far the most interesting game I have currently cast.
Well, interesting things to note is how much farm ahead Team Midnight is, despite being a kill down. In every lane, they've got some farm advantage. Hey,
Hold on,
they are
wait,
back
we're
into
back
it
in.
already.
Are we?
And so 17,000 gold to 1905. It's a 2,500 gold advantage for Team Midnight, which is pretty substantial when you look at the potential for their team to start to come
that
online.
is a rotation.
Yeah, the Sivir did decide to go towards the mid lane, has that fresh. We saw it in the last game as well. When the bot lane didn't go great, they rotated towards the mid.
Yeah, but at that point, what's his name? Reeves was 4-0, whereas at this point, he's only 1-0, and the pushing advantage definitely goes to Midnight and the Tristana over Okay, the Victor's rotating back mid, and Splash Fire taking a trade.
Yeah, Jade took a lot of damage in that, but he is that semi-tank Thresh, so not too terribly concerned. But it is a 3v3, and again, we talked about the fact that the Lord Reeves team is going to desire some of those team fights, but Shen, even if he has that ultimate available, going to have a difficult time ulting in when he is so low health, and that could be the mid lane turret going down, flag and drag around the corner, as Jay comes into the top lane looking for a play. There's the Zac as well.
With the three, he might be able to turn this around.
Up here is going to get the taunt, but I don't think so. He might escape, but I don't think he's going to turn it around as the play pushing back underneath the turret. There's the bounce from the Zac. 2 Spoons picks up the kill. And interesting that no one else on Team Midnight really pushed forward. They started to roam towards the top here as the ult has been used. And Pass is about to get popped on the 2 Spoons. Midnight is going to be able to start doing some of that. Jade around the corner. What are you doing? Why are you AFK? There's the teleport that actually saved the Zac for a moment longer. Shen comes in. The shield as well. Can they just back and forth? The dive now onto 3 and number strong now underneath the taunt. Phantom of Temp has arrived. The flag
and drag gets one.
Rushing in as the Jade is low mana. He's able to pick up 2. The Rengar able to get both of those. Midnight very low health. Jade wants the auto. He is going to get stunned up to Sivir around the corner, throwing up those crits. Leona goes in, and Jade goes down as well.
So that is a 3-4-0.
Huge for Team Midnight, balancing the damage and all of the CC back and forth very, very well.
And that's a spell shield down, and that is a dead. Hold on. Probably? No.
No, the ult coming out as well just causes Phantom Attempt to slip into the shadows. Lord Reeves pushing the bottom lane very, very hard. But yeah, massive fight for Team Midnight. Excellently balancing, staying out of the tower aggro, waiting for the rest of the team to be able to catch up.
First tower's going to go down to Team Midnight as well.
Flagging
as well as first trade.
They already got first tower in the bottom lane.
Oh, you're right, they did.
So the second tower. Sneaky Diddly! Welcome as well to the stream. Also, good to have Kurzel back as well. Didn't even notice. It's tilting you. Oh, why is the eye Captain Midnight? Because it's his name. Yes, it is tilting Wraith as well. The 2 Spoons going to be jumped on. No, he's going to jump onto the Galio now. He had a very hard time killing him before, but they are going to be able to pick up the second kill on him again. As a Shen sneaks across the wall.
Yeah, of all the people to get that kill, Shen's probably the worst. I mean, he does get tanky, but it would have been really nice to have a kill under your ADC.
A little bit. It's going to take him about 30 farm to get back into this game. It's now 4 members strong from Team Lord Reeves. Push down the mid lane. Now the Victor has taken a 20 farm CS lead over the Sivir, my brain, Syndra. My brain just blanked half a second on that.
That's to be expected. Victor takes a 20 CS lead over Reeves.
Yes,
a lot of damage down onto the bot lane of Team Reeves.
So now we're talking about grouping 5 men in the mid lane. However, the 2 that can dive in, Galio and Rengar, around the corner. They decide not to fully fight this. No, all 5 are going to stick around and wait for this. The Ocean Drake is in the favor of Team
very
Midnight.
Disadvantageous position if a fight breaks out. He's going to have to be so close to the fight that he can zero it out by just about anything.
Probably even worse if he does actually follow through on that recall, because then it will be 4v5 without the ADC, which is necessary. You can tell
at this point in the game, he's only got 1 item though, so he's not going to be contributing a ton of damage. Anyway, Reeves recalling is a big deal because that's all the wave clear they have. So they don't know this, but they could turn onto this mid lane and get it pretty free. Both carries are back.
Yeah, Soulfight looking for the clear level 11. Going to be doing a really, really good job. Lord Reeves also 11 with Aurora. So a little bit balanced from both teams. But if you look at the gold alone, it's 4,000 in the favor of Midnight.
It is an Infernal Drake coming up next.
Both teams are going to want this Drake really, really hard. So they're trying to move in and get some vision cleared out. Format's Midnight hanging out in the Pixel Bush. They know that Leona could catch somebody out, but very good from Lord Reeves to kind of split around to the side and not go in your typical straightforward way, but instead give that blue up over to somebody who needs it. Victor around the corner. Lord
Oh,
Reeves.
yeah, give it up to Soul Fight.
Can she feel it
Oh,
right
no.
now? This might
But
be
she
exactly
does
what
take it
doesn't
away
really
from Reeves.
want. However, Jade's gonna take a lot of damage. She's not died just yet.
out of the
Now
fight,
Orma's
though.
looking for the damage.
2
Midnight,
spoons
however,
going down.
Good.
But
go
Midnight's
out.
about to die.
Ultimate bouncing back in. Can they finish off the kill? No one's died just yet. 2 spoons, the first one to fall, but the Tristana starting to pick up 1. The Rengar going huge over the wall. There's the Galley ultimate coming in as well, knocking just the Shen up. He's gonna have to dash over the wall. The taunt keeping in place for just a moment longer. The flash from Slashfire, he's chasing in as the Victor chase towards the bottom lane. Can this Shen escape as the stun onto the Victor? Beautiful job from that Syndra finding that stun out. And once again, huge win over to Midnight, picking up 4 kills as they extend that gold to 5,000 gold.
Okay, that was pretty clean team fighting. Now they got to go back and get the Infernal Drake before everyone else respawns. Getting that is really the objective here because late game scaling is on the line. Scaling damage-wise is in the favor of Team Midnight, but tankiness-wise is in the favor of Team Reeves. So getting that late game damage scaling really evens the odds for Team Reeves or Midnight.
Team Midnight, right. Now, not that it's too even as they are pushing 5,000 gold and growing lead. Midnight with the red buff looking to join the team once again in that mid lane. But this is the skirmish fight that we were talking about that Midnight does so well when they have those resets on the Tristana. Their jump from flag and drag as well for those assassinations. When you're talking a just plain old straight up 5v5.
That was straight up 5v5.
I don't think so. I think it was more of a extended skirmish. Just 2 spoons went in. Then
Everyone
had
was
to get out.
grouped right there.
Right, but Jade was caught out over the wall and was pretty much almost zeroed out. And as soon as Jade was out and completely ineffective, then 2 spoons was in. He got nearly zeroed out. And well, he did get zeroed out before then the rest of the team was able to make it in. It was, to me,
It was really split decisions on the
it was not a true like mid lane 5v5 fight, but whether it was or not, at this point it makes it very difficult for Lord Reeves to get back into the game because they do want to fight, they have the composition for it, and yet they are starting to get so far behind. Any team fight, they're still going to take losses on.
Yeah. And they do have a ton of I love Soul Fight just flinging a minion into the red raptor pit. Just toss.
Have this.
Here. Keep this here for me.
So several members of Lord Reeves continue to kind of hang around that bush, waiting to see what Midnight's choices are. They know that it's safe. They can escape if necessary.
A little bit of a stun down onto the Shen in the top lane, but no one really cares because it's Shen.
It's Shen. He's not going to worry too much. Orma's going to be just doing some nice board clearage. That's something we haven't looked at tonight as a whole between different games is how are people putting down those wards and where can that be improved. But so far, it's a nice vision from both teams in some pretty critical areas. Now the Baron has to start out by Midnight. Don't know that they have the damage though. And then there's Shen who's going to find them around the corner, so they know the Baron has been started. Zac here as well. The Rengar moving in. Are they going to be able to get the damage time to stop him? The stun onto
Jumps onto both tanks. That's
to jump out. Lord Reeves now joining the fight. Phantom Temp as well, wanting to make sure that those.
That is the Rengar ultimate down though, so pretty big deal. He's not going to be able to get around the back line and one-shot anybody. Soul Fight is dueling the Baron and losing. Fairly handedly.
That is nice from Jade to have that. He has a tiny bit of range, and being able to throw that over the wall. Oh, a good ward as well, getting vision on the flag and drag who's hiding in that pixel bush. Once again, the Baron dance continues between these two teams. The 6,000 and growing gold lead from Team Midnight will become even more critical as they are able to back and get items within the edge, finish from that Tristana as well as Morella and Namakon on the Syndra. So damage is going to come out huge between the carries.
Yeah, the difference in itemization between the carries, particularly the 80 carry on both sides, is pretty ridiculous. You've got Infinity Edge, which is a little bit more expensive than its counterpart on. Hold on.
Ooh, Zac find out. Soul Fight. Oh, just gonna miss the ultimate. Let's bounce. She was just on the edge of that. before he jumped. Ult being used on the Shen. However, might be able to escape from that. That's too much difficulty. Dashes away from the ultimate from the Yoda. However, the assassination is there, and the Rengar picks up one. Going to turn in and could pick up a double. However, instead, Syndra's going to pick up one of them, and it's going to be the double given over to Soulfight on that really good Syndra.
Yeah.
Making some solid plays so far.
That was a very good Cinder, and that's going to be resulting in the Baron being picked up by Team Midnight. It's looking like a command move being opened up by that team. Excellent coordination, good shot calling. I don't know who's responsible for that, but I'm sure we'll see that in the chat. Anyway. So, but as I was saying before that fight broke out, you have this difference in itemization between AD carries. You have attack speed and crit being built, as well as completing boots. You've only got Essence Reaver and a Vamp Scepter for Phantom Attempt. Vamp Scepter is not second, by the way. You want some attack speed in order to, and she doesn't really have any crit multipliers either. So Walter. Her shots will be bouncing onto everybody.
Zach going in, getting a little bit of damage there with the slow as well from Thresh. Not gonna be able to do a whole lot in the bottom lane. Flag and drag going huge. The flash being forced away on the Shen doesn't matter. Still gonna go down. This Rengar totally online 7-1, making plays back and forth across the map. There's just so little that Lord Reeves can do right now, as the team is now 10,000 gold in the lead. It doesn't look like it, doesn't seem like it, but 10,000 gold in the lead will definitely feel like it as Thresh goes in, getting the play back, the damage going down, as Gallagher gets knocked up, and 2 spoons bouncing people back underneath the tower. Can they use the tower as a 6th man? Syndra picking up Zach, Zach picking up Syndra, sorry, the Thresh. Zach against Syndra, and Victor coming out with a Leona kill at the end of a very chaotic fight. However, that bottom lane turret is in danger as Flag and Drag and Slashfire head towards
the Drake coming up in second. So, but they have the inside track on it, so it looks like this is going to go
Mountain Drake. And they're going to go ahead, Midnight and Slashfire starting it up. I'm going to go ahead and try to clean that one out. Silver just way here on the bottom side. That was just such an early Baron, though, from Team Midnight. There's just not been enough time in the game to build up items to handle these super minions. And the more that they push in, the bigger it will get, the harder it will get.
When you said super minions there,
I meant Baron powered.
I was like, hold on a second. When did they break the inhib? I was so confused.
No inhibitor down just yet. Super, just power up minions with the Baron buff.
Super power minions.
Super power minions. There you go. 12 kills to 6, but 3 Drakes. Beautiful little lineup there for Team Midnight. And that means that a late game Elder Drake is going to be massive for them.
Yeah. Also, the AD carry Midnight hitting critical mass on his items. Once he hits the 3rd item is when Tristana gets online. Going for the cheeky red buff steal. Or maybe just the cheeky waiting out and trying to kill somebody. It's a little bit bold from just a support combo.
When you're 10,000 gold in the lead, you can feel like you can do these things. Jay gonna watch helplessly as Rengar clears his very heavily placed wards. A nice little ward there, trinket ward, used to make sure they could spy out Team Midnight in that bush.
Stealing the red buff.
No face checking, which is just a really good thing. Shen actually the one that had that feature.
Throwing the hook, but it's not going. It misses the Galio, but I don't think he wanted the hook Galio in the first place. Let's see. We got Shen over the wall, probably looking for a taunt flash, maybe. Hold on, Flag and Drag gonna be caught out.
Yeah, Don's not quite gonna land. He is on the run. He's invisible. But it looks like Aurora will give up the chase. Flag and Drag is gonna be seen by the control board. Just go ahead and clear that. Now, Team Midnight slowly moving towards the mid lane. This is what I'm talking about, though, and they have a huge numbers advantage. Zach might go in onto Soulfight, gonna get the knock up as well. Phantom Attempt immediately clears house. Looks Bounce gonna be pulling Leona in. Not exactly the target you want, but better than nothing, and that's Zach's gonna pick it up. 2 spoons now, returning those kills right back, and a lot more even as well from Team Lord Reeves on which
but that's going to
have
be traded
kills.
for the top tier 2. Overall, 2 kills unless Team Reeves manages to turn this into an objective. It's a positive trade for Team Midnight.
Yeah, it would pick up that top lane turret and
Midnight going ham, but hold on, he gets taunted and snared, and he's gonna get the kill. Maybe. Eventually.
There we go. Midnight finally picks it up. However, the Zac also on the run, not able to do a whole lot. And this Rengar is a monster. 7-1, picking up one. Can he pick up a second one? Looking for an attempt. He's like, why are they not pushing here? There you go. It's getting a double kill. I believe that Zac Hassett is not down there. It is. As the Jade being able to land the hook. Oh, might be able to get the kill with the turret. That is beautiful, but Jade's still going to go down. Midnight just pounding that damage away. Several hits over. And they finally ace Lord Reeves and move in and should be able to get inhibitor off of it.
Alright, so the inhibitor coming out in the middle lane, that's probably going to open up another Baron, as Baron is spawning in just over a minute and 30 seconds. If they have Baron, that mid lane inhibitor pressure is going to force them to answer the super minion. So Reeves or Midnight's strategy is going to be to group and clear the midway, and then clear out all the vision that is underneath the Baron pit, and then force Baron when the super minion waves are crashing.
There we go. I was like, when we're going to take over? Bottom lane turret going down. Midnight picking up that one. Now 55,000 gold, only 42. And that gold lead continues to grow. Lord Reeves gonna need to do what they did last time, find out some extra picks to be able to get a couple kills to start getting back into the game. But that gold needs to be on critical people. Needs to be on the Victor, needs to be on the Sivir, so they can start to get some of those damaging items that they're sorely lacking right now.
With as strong as the Syndra is, I would almost hesitate to put kills on the Sivir, just because she's going to have to be so close to the Syndra that she's going to get one shot. Syndra's hit critical mass that with 6 spears down, she'll be able to hit the Sivir, even without a stun combo or anything like that.
Yeah.
Through spell shift too, which is kind of sad. Syndra, so balanced. Buff it, Riot. You gotta buff it. Anyway,
yeah, sorry. Lord Reeves now moving and trying to get vision on the Baron. They're going to continue to push in. The Baron did just come up. The inhibitor is down.
Death and catnip.
Death and catnip. Cringes for Lolo as he is just watching this game and not involved in it. Midnight should be able to clear up this Baron, no problem, and that should continue to spell the epic tale of death and destruction on Team Lord Reeves as they will continue to push in. Victor 2, 2, and 4, not being able to have the game that he really wanted to. Super Minions now pushing into the mid lane. Sivir on wave clear duty. He's going to be there for a while.
Let's see. I'm just looking at these teams. I'm definitely giving the edge to Midnight in any fight that comes up now, just because of the gold advantage. But I think even in compositional advantage at this point, because of the gold distribution, the assassin Rengar being so ridiculously far ahead is going to have the edge, killing out a Victor or any of the AoE Sivir, and Syndra will be very easily able to take care of the other one. So just from a compositional standpoint with the gold distribution, I think Midnight wins this one pretty handedly. That's
well, now 4 Drakes up and a Elder Drake spawning in the near future. It is just going to continue to be.
Syndra just tossing the blue bottom.
Says, hey, why not? Bottom lane is being slowly pushed. There is a Shen in the top lane, so not being pushed by Team Midnight. However, Flag and Drag gonna find the Zac. Oh, nicely done.
Lord,
over the walls.
The Zac in just one combo. That is so dumb. The fact that is your frontline tank, and we basically win. And Jason.
Yeah, it is just Midnight wiping across the board. Now, there is still 2 Spoons alive, but he's not going to be long for well as Midnight continues to smash his way in the bottom lane. Just continuing to poke down. They picked up 2. Can they pick up 3? Yes, they will. The fourth one probably short to follow after the inhibitor goes down. Flashing the swag. This might be the end of the game as Midnight pushes in. They have the Baron buff. They're going to keep that Baron buff minion up. Sorry, Fiona going in. Can she get the stun down onto Aurora? Doesn't even need to. It smacks off to the side.
Oh my gosh! On the fountain, the total disrespect.
And the game
Flag and drag just melting people.
goes
oh my
to
God.
Midnight. Everyone jumps onto the fountain, and then there are not enough people to finish off the turret, and everyone dies. Or the next
Wow.
But Midnight with a sound victory after the 20-minute bell
That was
rang.
disgusting. Anyway, so in the epic WWE SmackDown, neither of them got MVP, which is
We'll have to hold another one another time.
okay. So right now, I mean, the strongest argument is for Midnight at 7-0, but I mean Rengar. Come on, man, Rengar. Total MVP goes over to Flag and Drag, getting his team ahead. I did give him a little bit of grief earlier about being the superior jungler, but not having any early game pressure. But
He got executed.
yeah, and got executed to the wolves. Nobody saw that, Briar. But anyway, getting it back, the Rengar late game, just turning it on in that top lane fight where they, for some reason, Team Midnight stayed underneath the turret with like 50 HP, and giving Rengar a double hit kill, getting ahead. As for honorable mention probably goes over to Midnight for the perfect game. Shoutouts. Yes. Somebody clip Briar dying to wolves and put it on repeat. Yes.
Well,
please.
I've got the new little mini-series, especially in Game 1, there was an amazing play that will be pulled aside and will be clipped just for an epic play, but then we'll also throw in some epic fails when things just do not go right, and eventually I'll compile it all.
So please, Jake, you've got to do this for me. You've got to clip Briar dying to wolves and put that and like overlay it next to him fountain diving Reeves. It's like the kitty cat's revenge.
Now, do we have an MVP or honorable mention for the red losing team?
Vi, what I was basing my my MVP for Briar off of was the fact that he was the one who got them through the mid game where it was very much even. He managed to be that snowball point in the game where he had pressure as he was roaming around the map from the about 15 to 25 minute standpoint. The reason I was going to give honorable mention to Midnight is playing that perfect game on the Tristana. He managed to get through laning phase without dying, without giving up a kill on the hyperscaling carry, and then did large amounts of damage, added turret pressure, and really demolished. Also had great calls revolving around objectives. Those were the reasons for my MVPs and such. Also, damage numbers factor into it a little bit, but you didn't see last game. 2 supports ended up in the MVPs. Shoutouts, though, I'm going to give to Slashfire in the top lane for playing an immaculate early game over the Shen. I also want to give a little bit of credit to Sulfite for the fact that he got camped like 5 times and only died once. So I have to give a serious mad props to him because it's so hard to counterplay a Zac who's just sitting mid lane. And the only time he died was not to the Zac. It was to Jade coming up from the bottom lane. So absorbing a ton of pressure and not giving up a lot of kills. Let's see. For the losing team, though, MVP... I'm probably going to give MVP to 2 Spoons for the amount of pressure he exerted in the early game. He put a lot of ganks into the mid lane, trying to snowball Reeves ahead because that was the best point of contention that they had. If they could get Victor ahead for their late game team fighting comp, that would be the best. So that decision making on 2 Spoons to really just continually camping mid, I think that earns him the MVP. Second place, I think I'll give honorable mention to Lord Reeves.
You got to.
Primarily for the for the farm numbers and the damage he did, but honorable mention.
Well, for me, the honorable mention goes to Lord Reeves, mainly for the fact that he was very, very mobile. He was a part of so much. Now, they didn't get the kills, so stats doesn't necessarily show that he was always involved, but he was very quick to pull through the jungle, to join whatever skirmish or fight was going on here, to move over into this direction. He was always somewhere around, hanging around whenever there was fighting going on. And sometimes just being a presence in a situation like that, well, that's not what I was looking for. Being a presence in a fight, whether there's kills or not, is a really impressive thing. You can see he almost like doubled the carry, damages, at least the Zac and Sivir damage in the game. So just definitely a huge effect in the game.
But all in all, very good games. Anyway, I think that's everything. I think I'll give Jade a shout out for a couple of really clutch hooks and lanterns that he did to save some kills.
Well, the amazing thing about Jade is that when he first joined the stream, he said he was a really good Thresh and played a couple of times. As a Thresh main myself,